Good day, everybody. Sebastian Keynes here, back with you with another WoR Realms videos. So the challenge has been put towards the community. They want to know, can you clear Gear Raid 1 Stage 18 with epics only? And that is certainly what we're going to try to do in today's video. So here I am in stage 18 of Gear Raid 1. We're going to turn the power of dominance off. We certainly don't want that. And the reason that stage 18 is a key step towards the development of your account is going to be because you are no longer going to be farming legendary gear, and the drop rates for the ancient mythic gear start increasing. So as you can see, the recommended heroes here, they're all mostly legendaries. They are the ones that are going to quickly they're going to quickly allow you to clear this dungeon, but the challenge here is whether we can do it with epics. And yes, one of the highly recommended epics is Iona, and yes, we are going to use her. Now, we know that Iona is going to be our primary damage dealer. She's a very good mage, and she has the multipliers to do the damage that we need in this particular stage. Everybody else that I'm pretty much bringing in are support, or are to slow things down, or to complement some damage to some extent. So when it comes to support, I'm just essentially using a Soldi and Ian here just for the lore boost. That's it. These two are not going to see the battlefield. Now you can see most of the other players here or other heroes are going to be support system. So let me go over the damage dealers really quick here. Iona is going to be the one that I'm going to be dependent on for the damage. And what I did for this example here, yes, I had to kind of bring things down a little bit to level the gear levels that I think most mid-game going into this stage 18 players have. So some of it might look a little bit too boosted to you. I apologize. I tried to do my best to take out as much of the GR-19 gear that I had on this epics, and I just tried to put whatever else I had on the account. Okay, so essentially you're gonna I'm looking at about 11,000 attack here. I didn't give her 100% crit rate. I just wanted to kind of give an example in general of what you are going to see. Critical damage, we're looking at about 230 here. So her regeneration is about 20%. I would like to be a little bit higher, but we'll just leave it there. And I put her into an artifact that is a legendary artifact. I took her out of the legendary artifact that I had on her, but I'm just looking to see if I can boost the AoE damage, just even if it's just a minuscule. Her damage is AoE. That's what I want to boost, so that's what we're going to try out for. Let's keep going with the other heroes here. Like you all know, he's going to be a healer, so most of the gear that I have on him is has some type of attack percentage. And yes, this might look a little bit higher to you, you know, in the 1400s, which is just, this were the two stats that I was really looking for him. It's HP, attack, and maybe some rage regen. But the way that I geared him here, rage regen did not come into play. So just to make sure that I didn't really boost his attack too much, attack bonus here, not fully leveled. And I still, for some reason, I still had a piece with attack flat that I had on another epic. And I just said, you know what, I'll put this on just to kind of give you an idea of how, if you just primarily worry on attack, where you can reach in a general account. So that's like he's going to be our healer. Mary for me is going to be somebody that I'm going to depend on to slow things down for us. And primarily her gear is going to be attack speed. That is something that I want from her because her basic will just slow the waves as much as possible. And I actually took her amulet off for this example because I had an amulet on her that was attack speed main stat, so her attack speed was in the 400s. So I brought it down a little bit. I know 369 is a little bit high, but you can probably bring that down a little bit. And for her artifact, it's just either we're given a boost in attack or attack speed. If I can get the attack speed boost from the energy, I'm going to take that, okay? So that is those three. Let's bring in Maul. Maul was somebody that I really did strip down for this example. And I tried to bring him up to just to a gear level that I thought could complement very well Iona. So you can see not a whole lot of crit damage. Is around 196. Attack, I did try to prioritize that, so I brought him up to around 9,000, and I did give him full crit rate, and that's because of the bangle. I give him crit rate on there, and I wanted some attack speed on him. So that's kind of the general consensus as to how we're looking at that for him. Of course, Dolores is going to be our inspirational boost. And don't pay too much attention to this gear here. She doesn't really benefit from the attack speed. This is just gear that has attack percentage as a boost here with HP bonus, which is what I really want from her. I didn't think that this would play too much into play, but you know, it's only 10,000 attack. Based on the gear that I'm giving her, I think that this is something that you all can reach, and just make sure she has enough HP so she can survive just in case anything comes her way. Laurel, listen, all I want from her is her passive. So yes, I did give her her passive here with the damage increase. That's all I really want from her. So the gear that I gave her, it does have some damage stats to it, but she's not there to do that for us. She's only has 4,000 or 5,000 attack and some crit damage and some crit rate. That is it. That's the inspiration is what I'm using for her. Here. I has the crystal bombs. That's what I want from her. And look at that. I had some still legendary gear that I just saving for situations like this, just to show you. All I want from her are the crystal bombs. I just want her to place them. I want these guys to go off and slow things down for us, because that is what we'll do. And she'll give us the freeze. And once the crystal bombs explode, it also give us the freeze. Okay. That is the primary purpose for her to be in this battle. I would have preferred to use Pyrus for this, but I am going to bring Ian into the battle. Why? Because we have a fusion coming up for her. Okay, so I would suggest that you go get it, even if it's just to get you the cultist Lord boost. Get it. We're not using it for that this battle because we don't have too many cultists. But the one thing that I do want from her is her, well, she does have a slow, so that's a plus. But the one thing that I want is I just want to boost Iona's damage, and she has vulnerability in her passive. So if she can apply this to the boss, to any of the minions in the waves, even better, because this is going to allow us to clear things a lot faster. So if you don't have Pyrus, but you have the opportunity to grab a copy of her, you may want to get it. Now, for me, is she's awakened one time, which just increases her pull-in force. If you do everything on the schedule, you should be able to get 2 copies of her. If you can do that, go for it. But 1 copy should be enough in this fusion if you just want to add her to your roster. Yes, it says hard. Not to worry about. Don't worry too much about that. It's primarily probably because he doesn't have any gear on this. Okay, so let's give it a whirl. And one of the things that I do want to emphasize here is try to make sure that Ian has some HP to her, because she will use that gravitational force, and she might pull in the boss a little bit too close for comfort. So that's why I'm gonna make sure that we set up this side here before I bring in Mary and Maul on the right, on the top side here, because I want to make sure that the support is established here before we do anything else. So again, Laurel here is just going to be brought in for the passive. Okay, so she will boost the damage for 2 allies that are close to her in the rage. So my hope is that the RNG hits both Iona and Ian as often as possible over Dolores. So I want to bring in because I want her to start laying down those crystal bombs. All right, let's get rid of this. If you can give Iona full crit rate, do it. It should make this go a lot smoother as well. All right, I'm gonna bring in Light Lock now. Start getting ready for the heals. I want to make sure that everybody stays alive. Here is Mary. And I'm putting her away. I don't want her next to these tiles here or this one's where she's going to possibly get killed. And my last one is going to be Maul. All right, let's activate this one just to get the rage going. I'm going to use this pretty soon. Okay, there is Maul. Now we got Maul in. So you see how those two got frozen is because those crystal bombs exploded. All right, let's boost. So here I'm just hoping Lightlock can stay ahead with the heals. All right, there comes the big baddie. All right, let's try to freeze these guys a little bit. Get rid of them if at all possible. There is everybody getting frozen and slowed. Perfect. Now remember, she can grab them. So we're going to activate this pretty soon here. Just trying to let Dolores and Iona catch up a little bit. Okay, I can see that she's getting too low. All right, so let's use it now. All right. Oh, the ultimates are coming. Okay. Heal, heal, heal. All right, Mary. Slow things down for us, Mary. All right, let's use Maul's ultimate again. Slow things down for us. Here comes the vulnerability. I'm keeping an eye on her health here. And if I use the ultimate, the gravitational might come into play as well. So let's just be careful a little bit with that. Let's boost this. And I am going to go ahead and do it. Let's do it. Inspiration. Oh, their Maul's region came back up again. Perfect. Look at that. Look at that health bar go down. This is exactly what I wanted to see. Iona is doing a phenomenal job. We are boosting her up. Vulnerabilities being applied. And everybody went down. And we still got a little baby bug here. That's fine. Let Maul finish it off if we can. So you see the gravitational pull there? That was really interesting. Just brought her in closer to Iona. And let's see Iona finish this off. That was perfect. That was phenomenal. So there we go. We cleared it with the epics. And let's just look at the damage really quick. And we can see that Iona was our primary damage dealer and Maul contributed a little bit. Iona gave us a little bit of damage. I mean, that's not bad for what we brought her in to do. And I really didn't build her for the damage. So perfect. And she also gave us the boost that we needed. You see, I and Laurel and Mary, they were not built for the damage. It's essentially just to use their skills to slow things down, let us catch up, let Dolores do the inspiration, and some healing, which comes into factor there with Lightlock. So we brought it in, and we were able to clear that stage fairly easily with just the epics. I think I pretty much went over the gear for all of these. So just a quick flash again on the gear here, just to give you a general sense of how everything was gear. I am going to take myself off from the screen here so you can just see it really quick. And the artifacts. If you're curious about the artifacts, I pretty much decided to just stay with legendary artifacts, and you can see that a lot of them are not even fully leveled. And just to show you that the stat requirements are not really that high. For Mary here, I even took an amulet off because it was an attack speed. Some of you may not be able to reach the attack speed that I had on her, so we just left it off for now. Again, the legendary artifact is just to give us extra stack speed, if at all possible, to slow things down. Again, just to restore the rage, if we can come back to her ultimate, that's the one that I decided to use. And as you can see, it was all legendary gear that I just had in the account, just laying around. I'm just using her for her crystal bombs. Laurel, just as well, I just used her for her passive, and as you can see here, her attack, crit rate, and crit damage were not high, just to give you that example. So those were those 5 right there. Laurel's artifact again is just to restore her rage as much as possible. And then when it came to the support and healers, we had Lightlock here, legendary artifact for Lightlock, just to try to get an extra heal if at all possible to proc. As I told you, my main concerns with him were just attack and HP. Make sure that he can survive if we put it in another place of the platform where he may be in danger. And then as much attack as possible, just to make sure that he heals our allies as quickly as possible. Dolores, she's fully, she's there for the inspiration. Again, I'm have her there for attack, and that's primarily the stats that I'm worrying about with her. All right. And then last but not least was one of my favorite epics in Maul. I did dress them down for this. I did give him full crit rate and some crit damage, and then some attack. I tried not to load him up with too much attack because I did want you guys to be able to kind of come close to the stats that I had on him. For this, I did give him a little bit of attack speed because I did want him to do some damage with his basic attack. Primarily, we're bringing him in for the defense reduction, the AoE damage. But what I really do like about him is that you are waking him even once, he can apply this freeze, and if you're waking him 3 times, he will apply a slow. All right. So with that, we did it. We were able to clear Year 1, Stage 18 with epics only. I will see you all next time on another Watch Your Realms video, and don't forget to like and subscribe, help grow the channel.
Their souls are mine to take.